Alright y'all boys, so Demon Slayer is set to come back. They just released a movie last month and the Swordsmith village arc is about to take off. So I thought it would be the perfect time to do an in-depth review of one of the craziest arcs we've seen so far. So yeah, let's get into it.
I got loyalty inside my DNA.
Shinra Tensei.
I got loyalty.
I will see my duty fulfilled!
Yeah, I don't know about that one, big dog.
Oh my god, we're having a version.
Nah. Imagine saying this and then getting put on a t-shirt the very next minute. Hey, I'm not hating. Rengoku was for show boxing. He just had some bad luck running into one of the strongest demons. Akaza really slid on the boy and then dipped. Turned Rengoku into a donut. Then when he told Muzan, he didn't even care though. He was just like, you thought murking one Hashira was gonna impress me? Dog, just look at the fear in this man Akaza's eyes. I know being a demon, you get powers and you pretty much get to live forever. But if I gotta deal with that? Nah, bruh. Back at the mansion, Zenitsu was bringing Tanjiro some dumplings to try to cheer him up after everything that went down. But when he gets to the room, this girl is just freaking out and headbutts the shit out of him. Just look at dog face. She probably left this man with a severe concussion and lifelong CTE. But Tanjiro wasn't even there though. He went to Rengoku's family's house to go deliver his final words. But then when he get there, Rengoku dad just come out the house mad than a bitch. Off some good sake, bro. Just look at that fat ass container. You can tell he been drinking since the moment he woke up. Rengoku dad had peeped the Hanafuda earrings and he don't like that. So him and Tanjiro got to boxing. But long story short, that man was the former flame Hashira. So Tanjiro got folded.
Oh!
But he did end up delivering Rengoku's final words before leaving. Bro, I promise you, if I see this on my way home, I'm turning around so quick. I'm not gonna lie, Zenitsu is a dog. That's a whole demon right there, Tanjiro. You better slay that nigga. He chased him until the sunset. And now we get to meet the man, the myth, the legend, the sound Hashira himself, aka the drip Hashira, Tengen Uzui. So basically, the reason he pulled up to the mansion was because he needed some lower ranking demon slayers to help him on his next mission.
Gotta get his bitch, gotta get his bitch.
Like, take one look at dog. He walking around like he just know he cold. Like, Uzui know he can't be fucked with. I looked it up. This man is 6'5". He out here slashing demons when he need to be slashing to the paint.
He throws it down. That is vintage.
Cause Lord knows my Lakers need all the help they can get for this playoff run. Huh? You know what? Maybe I'm tripping. Let me see something real quick. How old is Tengen Uzui? Okay. How old is Demon Slayer?
FBI, open up!
Nah, somebody put this man behind bars. Hey, this new opening go crazy.
I am a god! You three are trash!
Me personally, I'm not taking that level of disrespect. Alright, so fast forward a little bit. Tanjiro and the gang pull up to the entertainment district. Probably should be called the Fade district, but we gonna get into that later. They in disbelief because they ain't never seen a city jump at night like this. Since they was just there to scout the place out, Uzui was telling them not to draw attention to themselves and stay in the carriage, but come on. Like, do you really think that was gonna happen? Zenitsu was trying to get active with the shorties already. Yeah, so Zenitsu found out Uzui got 3 wives, and I'ma just say it ain't go over too well. There's been hella people disappearing from the entertainment district recently, so Uzui thinks it's the work of a demon that's undercover in one of the city's brothels. He had already sent his 3 wives to the most likely houses, but he was concerned when he stopped receiving letters from them.
They're probably all dead if they stopped writing.
And there goes victim number 2. So basically, Uzui is trying to sell Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zenitsu to those 3 houses his wives were at so they can investigate it further. Hey, this nigga is smooth in a bitch. I'm not gonna lie, if I get hit with this, I might be liable to fold too. And of course, Zenitsu is last. Hey, I don't like how they trying to hold my mans though. Look at his face. He was playing this banjo with ill intent. Tanjiro was trying to gather information from the other girls in the house, but being the type of dude he is, he's a terrible liar. He needs to start taking notes from Pat Bev because that man is a Hall of Fame cap artist. He be lying for no reason.
Thursday, October 31st. The city streets are crowded for the holiday. We have a signal now.
Then we got Inosuke over at one of the other houses doing chores, and he overhears some of the other shorties mention Makio, so he follows them.
I'm too sexy for this syrup.
Hold on, run that back. Y'all seeing what I'm saying? Shit. So at this point, everybody's been at their houses for a minute, but nothing's popped off. And the demon caught another body last night and laid this lady out on the pavement. Inosuke was sensing a demon where Makio's room was and got tired of waiting, so he just busted in there. He saw one little movement and started to get active. He don't give a fuck about being subtle either. He got to chasing the demon all throughout the house, barreling over everything. Even that one horny dude we saw at the beginning of the episode wasn't safe. That nigga looked like he just got done having the time of his life and he caught a mean right from Inosuke. He put this man through a wall. Like, somebody please go check on him to make sure he's still alive after that. But Inosuke ended up losing the demon's trail because the robe he was wearing was messing with his senses. And now we jump over to Zenitsu coming across a girl crying by herself in a room. And this is is when we finally get to meet the big bad of the whole arc. Just look evil. Off rip, Zenitsu noticed ain't no regular human. He couldn't even hear her ass till she spoke, and she was standing right behind him. And you already know Zenitsu got that good hearing, so this puts him on guard immediately. She got to bullying a little girl, and Zenitsu was not going for that. I don't know why, but this man got the bright idea to grab an upper rank demon, and he ended up getting his shit rocked. Like, hit that man with the Ray Rice special and put his ass to sleep. One of the ladies of the house has figured out that the Oiron was a demon and confronts her about it with a knife. A regular ass knife. Huh? So we already know how this was gonna go. Hey, no cap, she can wrap me up like that anytime she want. Hey, I promise I'm not as down bad as it seemed. So yeah, there was only one way this was gonna end.
Oh my god! Oh, jeez!
Fatality.
Hey, yo, I didn't know Michael Jackson was in this anime. So the next day, everybody's supposed to meet up on the rooftops and talk about what's going on. Uzui makes his cool ass Batman type entrance and lets him know Zenitsu got pulled up on by a demon. So he tells him that he's going solo since the mission is turning out to be more dangerous than he thought it'd be. But Tanjiro and Inosuke was like, nah, hold on. We moved up a couple ranks. You ain't finna treat us like some bottom tier demon slayers. We finna spin the block. So later that night, Tanjiro leaves the house and starts tracking the demon alone. Hey, nah, why these mice cut up like this? Them niggas built like the Trend twins, short and stocky as hell.
Give me the short version. And don't even think about asking questions.
This was tough. He might be the coldest Hashira we've seen so far. But nah, in reality, all bro had to do was look down and see that Uzui was holding a kunai. Like, you not finna get me with that shit. I watched all of Naruto. We know them hoes do 0 damage. If I was in a fight to the death and had to choose between a kunai or a pillow pet, trust me, I'm going with the pillow pet. Cause at least I know I can make some contact with that. So Tanjiro ends up tracking down Daki to this house, and this is the first time we get to see her belt. This is the main weapon she uses to fight, and it can also trap humans in their lives so she can save them for later. Daki knocks this man through the next building with the belt, and this is when Tanjiro realizes he pulled up on the wrong one.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Like, look at the fear in his eyes. He's so scared he can't even put no strength into his attacks. They get to boxing a little bit, and Tanjiro's actually holding his own. He get on some true main character shit and start pulling out moves he ain't never seen before.
Hinokami Kagura! Fake rainbow!
Uzui ends up saving one of his wives and then starts running through the city on a rampage to find the other humans that Daki had captured. He tracks them to this underground cache and uses sound breathing to break through the ground. Back to Tanjiro, it looked like he actually finna take out Daki, but she like, nah nigga, back your ass up, I'm a upper rank, and smacks him with the belt. Inosuke is headed to that same spot underground that Uzui is, but has to use the tunnels that the Mighty Mice were using to get there. So this man dislocates every joint in his body to fit through the tunnels and starts slithering through like a worm. Oh, nah, that's nasty. An extension of Daki's belt is deep underground, storing all the humans she captured, and this is where Inosuke ends up finding Zenitsu. I don't know what this belt reminds me of, but I swear I've seen somebody in a different show that looked just like this. So Inosuke ends up fighting with the belt and starts freeing humans, and this is the first time we get to see Uzui's 2 other wives.
I'm too sexy for this hell.
Thunderclap and flash. Sixfold!
Bro, when Zenitsu is chill, he one of the coolest characters in the show. I mean, do I even gotta say anything at this point?
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Tanjiro had got back up after he took that mean ass hit from Daki, and he out there being a dog, busting out Hinokami Kagura moves left and right. In the middle of all this, Daki senses Uzui's presence in the city and gets happy as hell cause she been waiting on a Hashira. And then it hits this little transformation. I swear it looked like she going Ultra Instinct. Then this dumbass old man gonna come out the house complaining about all the noise and gets the whole block. Dog ended up losing his hand, but he didn't even get the worst of it cause Daki turned some of the other neighbors into chopped cheese. This sets Tanjiro off. He looking like a man possessed, eyes bloodshot red, looking like that one Naruto transformation. And the writers just gave him 2 flashbacks, so you know he finna start going in. He gets a monologue in the Daki about the value of a human life, and she ain't trying to hear that, so she just sets off this over-the-top belt attack. And oh my god.
Hinokami Kagura. Burning bones. Summer sun.
This gave me chills the first time I watched it. Had me on the edge of my seat, cause that nigga is really like that. Hey, hats off to the animators, cause they probably didn't get to see their families for a couple days, cause this sequence was clean as fuck. That boy Tanjiro teed up, and it looked like he about to win the fight, but that's when the writers decided to make him do his best Itachi impression and fold before he can end the fight, cause he hit his limit. You know what? Maybe Tanjiro just needs to get trained by Captain Yami or something. I don't know. That boy tooted on the ground about to get finished off by Daki, but nah. And this is when we get the first appearance of the most innocent looking Hall of Fame menace to society, a black Air Force advocate, Nezuko. And she popped up ready to get active. She came from behind Daki and kicks the absolute dog shit out of her. Like, I kid you not. Like, I'm not gonna lie, she might be up there with Mikey after this. Kicked her ass so hard it replayed 3 different times.
Damn, you hit that nigga so hard it replayed 3 different times.
Had that girl missing half her head and doing her best Olympic tumbling performance. But Daki regenerates and they get to scrapping again. Nezuko ends up getting tossed through a couple buildings and trapped under some rubble. So Daki was feeling good talking her shit like, I'm an upper rank demon and you thought you can hang with me? So Nezuko gets up and instantly regenerates, and this has Daki over there shook. Nezuko is pissed. Like, look at the veins in her forehead. Got her looking like this dude. And then she do her best Goku impression and start hitting instant transmissions out of nowhere and pile drives Daki into the ground. She took the definition of stomping somebody out to a whole new level. At this rate, we finna have to replace her black forces with black Tims. Like, bro, she stomped her arm in half, clean off her body.
Bill, we've detected what appears to be a dragon-level menace society in our scouters. Currently on standby, we may have to raise our level of gods here.
I just need to take a break real quick. Like, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, and the crazy thing is, this ass whooping ain't even halfway over. As soon as she get bored of stomping her out, she like, nah, I like my victims extra crispy, and burns her ass. And then starts stomping her head through the dirt. Nezuko was like, you thought I was done? Get your ass up! Beats her in midair and sends her flying through a building. And she's enjoying every second of this. Like, just look at her face. Daki better be thinking, God, Tanjiro came through with the save of the year. Cause if he ain't step in, Nezuko probably would have just kept going till sunrise. So Nezuko's still on her little rampage and Tanjiro's trying to calm her down. Then here come Daki half-baked ass again, trying to spin the block. Like, my baby, we just spent half an episode trying to beat some sense of you, and you still want more? Like, come on, learn how to take your L. You think I'd be tired of seeing these cool ass entrances by Uzui, but you'd be wrong. They just be so clean. He just chilling, having a whole conversation with Tanjiro like an upper rank demon ain't just standing right behind him. So Daki decides to butt in and be like, hey, you're a Hashira. I've been waiting for you. Somebody please tell me why she talking casually when she literally was just getting her shit stomped through the mud not even 5 minutes ago. So Uzui's just like, bro, shut up. You too weak to hang with me. And I'd watch my head if I were you. And then Daki's head falls right into her lap. So not only did he manage to protect the civilians by stopping her attack when he first came in, but he also beheaded her without her even noticing. Like, yeah, he definitely got it. Daki starts throwing this little temper tantrum, and this is when we find out the real upper six has been hiding out in her body the entire time. And bro, tell me why I'm looking at this ugly ass hunchback crescent moon motherfucker that's built like the praying mantis off Kung Fu Panda. Hey, he may be ugly, but he's tough. Yutaro and Uzui get to boxing, and oh my god, they end up having his face off, and for some reason Daki's riding piggyback. And it's funny because Uzui just boots the shit out of her. At this point, she been getting disrespected for an episode and a half. He sent her ass to the moon.
Go! Go to the moon! Hey, go to the moon!
Hey, this ankle though. So Daki gets her head cut off. Again.
Oh my god, corny. Lame, boo. Tomato. I'm throwing tomatoes.
I don't even know how many times it is at this point. Bro, I swear the writers just don't like her character because I ain't never seen an upper rank demon get hold this hard. Alright, so now that everybody's here, they decide they need to split up the two demons to make the fight a little easier. Then it's revealed they both have this nasty looking third eye on their forehead because of their sibling connection, looking like the Aya Agamotto from Doctor Strange. I said it earlier, but I'm gonna say it again. The animators definitely did not get to see their families because this is clean!
I'm tired of this, Grandpa!
That's too damn bad!
So Uzui ends up getting poisoned by Gyutaro's blades, and he realizes he has to end the fight quickly. So him and Hinatsu set up this kunai type trap for Gyutaro, and it's not looking too good for the boy because it seemed like he finna get his head cut off. But he was like, sight!
Got him!
I'm an upper rank. Watch this blood demon art, little nigga. But one of the kunai was still able to get through, poisoning him and making his regeneration ineffective. So Uzui and Tanjiro on go, full steam ahead, just trying to get to him before he can recover. But of course, right before they're able to, we get reintroduced to our good friend Plot Armor, and he's able to regenerate before taking any more damage. He unleashes another blood demon art technique, which Uzui has to counter. Daki's belt attacks him from behind, and this gives Gyutaro the chance to run up on Hinatsu and take her hostage. Uzui is still preoccupied with the belt, but this is an issue because his girl finna get off and he can't do nothing about it. But out of nowhere, Tanjiro gets up and hits this man with the whole water and sun breathing combo, slicing his hand off. I didn't even know that was possible. Jump over to Zenitsu and Inosuke fighting Daki. They're holding their own, but they're not making any real progress. Dog, Zenitsu is the coldest character when he not screaming and crying like a little bitch. Like, bro, look! Their fight ends up clashing with Tanjiro, forcing him to shift his attention to Daki. This leaves Uzui to run the once with Gyutaro. So at this point, Daki is purposely targeting Hinatsu. So they tell her, yeah, my baby, this little damsel in distress shit getting old, so you gotta bounce. Once they get that out the way, they're able to fully focus on attacking Daki. Tanjiro and Zenitsu defend while Inosuke just makes a beeline towards her neck. And this actually works because Inosuke is able to saw her head off. Then he gets to dashing with that bitch like Derrick Henry down the sideline. But then Gyutaro comes out of thin air and stabs him through the heart. Tanjiro screams when he sees this. He's terrified. Then he's like, wait, if Gyutaro's over there, then where's Uzui? And y'all, sound the alarm. We need to be on high alert because he's smoking on that good Uzui pack right now. He chopped off his hand and left him on the ground unconscious. A Hashira! Nezuko for sure got the crown for the most Black Air Force activity in this arc, but Gyutaro definitely deserves second place, and you gonna see why later. So one of the demons sets off this huge explosion, destroying everything in the area, and it looks like the boys are done for. Tanjiro comes to after being knocked out for a minute, seeing the goat Nezuko sleeping peacefully in her box, so he's relieved. But then he look up and see this ugly ass motherfucker standing over him, and he talking cash too. He was like, I'm impressed. I didn't think your little weak ass could survive an attack like that. But your boys, they like minutes away from joining Rengoku and Hashira Heaven. At this point, he just playing with his food and bullying Tanjiro. Do you know how disrespectful you gotta be to pat another nigga on top of his head? Gyutaro even broke some of his fingers too. So that's when Tanjiro was like, nah, I'm out of here, and starts running away. The whole time he was running away, he was actually setting up a trap for Gyutaro, and this worked because he was able to poison him. But then this plan fails because his neck was too thick.
Thunderclap and flash. Godlike speed!
And here we have a goat just doing goat things. So now, both of the demons are on the verge of getting decapitated, and this sets off Gyutaro when he tees up for a full-scale attack. This man is a literal centimeter from ending Tanjiro's life, but ho.
Get back, nigga! Get back!
This man saved the entire series with this entrance. He was like, who needs two hands? I got my mouth. Wait, pause.
What did you say, nigga?
I know how that sounds, but you know what I mean. So anyways, this sets up one of the coldest animated sequences in the whole arc. Uzui losing a hand basically turned him into 2016 Braun down 3-1 in the finals. Mance is fighting with a vengeance. It's like the show was trying to give him a nerf, but somehow that nerf was actually a buff and it made him 10 times colder. Tanjiro jump in the mix and they're actually able to get at his head for a third time. While all this going on, we find out Inosuke is actually okay, and like Gyutaro didn't stab him in the heart because he's able to shift his organs around.
Stop the cap.
So with one last effort, they're finally able to take out both demons simultaneously. But Gyutaro had some sort of built-in last resort kamikaze which completely leveled the entire area. You don't know how mad I was watching these end credits because I had to wait a whole another week just to see what happened. But of course, everybody survives, and Nezuko is able to cure everyone of the poison with their blood demon art. And then the Snake Hashira pull up like a whole 6 hours late and start talking shit. He was all like, yeah, so what you defeated in upper rank? It was only upper 6, the lowest of the upper ranks. If it was me, I would have had this shit handled way easier, but congrats, I guess. Me personally, I would have had to get up and box a dog, cause like, do you not see my injuries and how this whole place is leveled? And you got the nerve to talk shit? Nah. But yeah, that was pretty much Demon Slayer's Fade District arc in a nutshell. But hey, if you did enjoy the video, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll keep putting out more content like this. Be sure to hit that sub button for me, turn on post notifications, and leave a like. I'll see y'all next time. Be smooth.